What do you think this series of immolations like the one we just showed tell us?
It's really sad to witness so many now 12 cases of self-immolation, of which 6 have died. It reflects really desperate people resorting to desperate actions. So I've been making tours of European countries so that the different government can send a message of hope that their issue is not lost. They can still hope. There are people who support you. So with that message of hope, these people might get some inspiration and courage to live and live their life.
Is it not also a challenge, though, for the whole of the political leadership in Tibet, but also for you particularly? You're 100 days into your job, because these are people who feel that frustrated and who feel that the path that you and the Dalai Lama have taken in the past hasn't got them anywhere.
I would interpret it other way. Rather, in one way, on one sense, you're right. His Holiness Dalai Lama and we have Tibet has invested in democracy and non-violence for the last 50 years. And we will continue to invest in these two basic principles. And what Tibetan people are saying is, world is not noticing. There aren't any support because at the ground level, when they shut down monastery, like let's say Kirti Monastery, of which 600 or so monks are remaining from the total of 2,000 or so, some have disappeared, some are in prison, some are tortured, then those who are outside, you have taken monk vows to stay in the monastery and renounce worldly life. Now to witness that your life that you know it has just disappeared in front of you, and just make them hopeless.
But then, if it is a wake-up call to the Tibetan leadership, then how will you move forward differently to how the Dalai Lama did? Presumably he wanted you to do something different, otherwise he could have carried on doing these two roles, the spiritual role and the political role.
No, I think it'll be different in the sense I'll be more active and forthright about the situation inside Tibet. But it will be same, but we believe in and we have invested in democracy and non-violence. That will continue, that will not change. Having said that, situation in Tibet is critical, it's getting more desperate, and the action clearly shows that, because given a choice, human beings would like to live, not die. And they're choosing to die. That really reflects how repressive the Chinese government policies are.
Well, although there's been a lot of investment in Tibet under Chinese rule, we've had the railway built in, we've had schools and hospitals, the infrastructure bears no comparison to what existed in Tibet before.
But the question is, who is benefiting? Now, let me give you this number: 70, 50, 40. 70% of private sector jobs are controlled or run by Chinese. 50% of public sector jobs, that are government jobs, Communist Party members are Chinese. Now, it could be more. That's 2002 data. Now, 40% of high school graduates and college graduates, Tibetans, are unemployed. Now, what they get, the message they get is, even if you study very, very hard and earn degrees, you will be unemployed in Tibet. Now, these are the reasons why they are pushed to the brink of desperation.
But you can criticize China on the one hand, but every time you do, doesn't it make it harder to get the dialogue that surely you do need at some stage from the Chinese side?
Yes, we do need dialogue, but dialogue on the basis of reality. We are for non-violence. We want to reach out to Chinese government. We follow middle way policy, which seeks genuine autonomy within China, within the framework of the Chinese constitution. So we do not challenge China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. We have nothing against China as a country or Chinese people.
But what is the incentive for China to take part in that dialogue? Because actually it's holding all the cards in Tibet, so it doesn't have to.
No, I don't think so. China wants to be a superpower. It has money power, military power, no moral power. China ought to earn respect from the international community. As long as the Chinese government continue its repressive policies and treat the Tibetans the way they are doing, they will never get the respect they should have. That's why they ought to treat Tibet differently, and also it's a win-win proposition. Tibetans are granted genuine autonomy, and the Chinese government will have what they call stability and harmony, which they promote domestically.
Dr. Lobsang Sangay, thanks very much for joining us. That's the Dalai Lama's political successor, the Tibetan community's new political leader.